Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is going to be a quick reading. I have class in a couple hours. I have been up. I guess I took a power nap around 9 and then I woke up around 11. I felt like that was okay, and I have been studying. Um, I'm I still have a quiz left, but I took an exam before filming. I could take it on campus, but I decided to take it before class because um, by the time I get out of class, I am I don't have as much energy, and then I just go to the exam right after because the class is for a couple hours. Even though it's mainly online, I sought to go in person, and it is comprehensive. So I do have multiple assignments, quizzes, um, monthly exams at least. Then I had the final project and the secondary project. So I got hundreds on those, and then I got an 100 on my exam. So I'm still studying, and I will see about the drug quiz. So, um, I'm in my scrubs. I can't wear this lipstick. I just wore it for the video. Um, I'll switch to like a more neutral one. It's today I'll use some decks that I haven't used in a while. So I have the Glory to Ukraine Tarot, and that's the main deck that I've been using. I have another deck, the Slavic Legends, in here. Um, so there are two other decks. I'll see how I am with time, but I don't stop the message until I feel like I send out what I need to. And um, I don't know, there has been so many readings where the sun card has been coming up, so I just feel like there's something mm, monumental that'll be occurring. It just has been coming up so strongly. So, and these are for the Ukrainian readings. I do my own readings on, well, not on video, usually. The other decks are the Watcher Angel Tarot. This is an older deck. So you can see I would like to make a bag for this one. It was a gift from my dad. And this is the Tree Angel Oracle deck. I actually really like this Oracle deck. I don't use many Oracle decks, even though technically Tarot is a form of Oracle. But it tends to be more direct. I do enjoy working with the Archangel Oracle too. Um, it's interesting, I've never worked with the Archangel Oracle until doing the Ukrainian readings, and I've had that deck for over 5 years. Probably like 8 years. And I didn't start using it until these readings. Because every time I did a reading, and I feel like this could be with the sun card that comes up constantly when you don't really see um, actions to consequences with different things that are happening in life that you're just kind of like rolling your eyes, being like, ugh, this is not um, realistic because there's so much happening around me that how could the sun be still shining? But I feel like there could be a strong stance somewhere that it maybe it'd be surprising how strong the stance is, and it could be uh, with the country. Um, I know in America, and just say I didn't vote for Trump before getting into the reading, that I feel like he's been going to court a lot, and one of the things that they were calling him out on was that giving more power to Putin, and then I don't know who was like how, and then they're just like, you stopped helping, so you're like not um, being of use in any way. But there's different things that are being pressed upon. I feel like it's court, unless there's another name for it, but for some reason I've only really seen it with Trump, so I'm not sure. I don't know if my cards will. That's the cards because my fan is on them. I was happy that I decided to take the test before class. I wanted to study more, that's why I didn't take it yesterday. Because by the time, like last time when I was taking my exam, I was so fatigued because I don't usually sleep before class. That's why I'm trying to work on my sleep schedule. Um, and sometimes I get like the power naps in at least. But the last exam, it had a lot of math too, and I don't know if I've said this. I'm not like a math person. I don't really like doing math. I'll do it when it calls for it. And I feel like there's some type of inner equilibrium. So at the bottom of the deck, it's temperance. And just to recap with the Watcher Angels, the Watcher Angels are from a book in the Bible that didn't make it, so it's like one of the banned parts of the Bible, or not parts of the Bible. So these angels indulged in like human interaction in terms of like relationships and other types of indulgences. So there was an apology, but there were also consequences to the actions. So the children of the hybrids were they had um, those consequences from the actions. Ooh. And then the Oracle card is Apple, and I'm not gonna make apple cake this time around, but I am gonna make a honey cake for, I guess, a celebration for myself because it's not like specifically month to month, but there's like Pharmacy 102, Pharmacy 103. So it after those cycles end, then it starts a new one, and at the end you'll get the exam. I'll read the message from the book. So you often associate the apple with knowledge, and I'm just getting like just right now that there's something that it's like anxiety to know something. And I feel that because there's death and judgment here, there might be a worry that everything that was worked up has been for nothing. I don't feel like that would be the right mentality, but I also feel like there's more anxiety that leads than actually going off of the information that you can get from it or that you know. Um, those are the areas that can be controlled. Um, and this could be more of a different type of judgment than um, just the apple that is beyond. And since there are biblical associations with apples, and you don't have to be religious, and um, just to say, out of context, that it's like the forbidden apple, and it's or like opening Pandora's box. There's something that is the feeling of information that is unleashed that um, make you feel like the tables are turning. But since Temperance comes up, and these are all major arcana so far that I've turned over, I haven't turned over the other cards. It's like um, those consequential things that you would like to see, but like a grander scale, and feeling like the progress is going somewhere. Even if a different portion ends, I feel like based off of Scorpio energy that can be associated with death, that's what Scorpio energy thrives off of, being able to work from major changes, especially in the psyche or in the emotional realm of things. There seems to be something that is heavy that takes place, that starts up. And because you have both the aces, well, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, I just turned those over. I don't know if the other aces are here for the Wands and Cups. And it's insane, but this is different. So the sun's in the past. And so it does feel like there is a little bit of an overcast, but there is a sense of knowing that the sun is there. Um, with the Four of Cups, that could be the melancholy energy that may have been linked to the last reading. Because the last reading, um, they definitely had the sun and the Knight of Wands with the King of Wands. So there is that type of spontaneous action and that spontaneity with death. It's kind of like not liking surprises, but not seeing past the overcast. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why the sun is in the past. But the sun is still here, and the sun pops up constantly. So I still feel like there's something in the works, even when something isn't said or like told to you. Just knowing that something is going to come in. And I am feeling that pretty strongly because I've had it come up so consistently. It's like the lighthouse that lights the way. Um, it could be intuition with the Ace of Cups too. It's interesting because there's a sense of groundedness with the Pentacles. The obstacle is the Six of Cups. So there could be linked to there just seems like anxiety of like because the Six of Cups time wise could be memories or nostalgia. And with the Four of Cups being in the future, the Four of Cups gives the impression that what's given to you isn't that prosperous or it has nothing but negative connotations. And there could be a lot of negative um, that you see instead of the positive. But I feel like there's something at the very least that helps build character and make you stronger for it. And I feel like that could be the perspective that's coming out of this. And the how to overcome the obstacle. There, it's interesting. It feels like it's learning and celebrating because you have the Hermit, another major arcana, Sun major arcana, and the Four of Wands. And I could count that as overall energy too. Because the Four of Wands, it feels like for some reason, it kind of feels like an enjoyable, leisurely walk. I had the idea of if I ever had a garden, which me taking care of plants, I don't know, but um, I feel like I would want to have a whole section of nervines or calming herbs and just to walk through that area or to like sit down in that area I think would be such a nice experience. That's like the energy of the Four of Wands. There's something lightening about it and enlightening, lightening and enlightening from the Hermit because the Hermit is like um it's the constant pursuit of knowledge and it might help invigorate something that seems to be an overcast of the Sun card because um, how it's coming up, and in the beginning where there was like an anxiety of knowledge, but the knowledge, it seems like it can make things stronger on your end, um, like a stronger stance. So, okay. And another hermit came up in the Watcher Angel Tarot, as well as the Queen of Cups, labeled the Seer. So it does seem like there's a combination of, because Hermit's linked to Virgo, and it's like intuition and something that grounds you. Same with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. There's just something of that combination of using both insight and maybe like how um, someone gives off like a like impression or what you already know about them and go off from there, or like a situation. And I feel like that could be part of the grounding too. Then there's the Five of Cups and the Six of Wands. So I feel that there's a quick turnaround in terms of what can be feeling like a loss with an emotional investment. You're seeing or realizing or reconfirming, if you think about like taking your vows, of something that grounds you in that way. So the Six of Wands is a good direction to have. I'm going to pull out one more card and then I'm going to read the Oracle card. I feel that I did pull out multiple cards, but I'll quickly go through them. I feel like the idea is if somebody's really committed or wants something for that emotional investment, I feel that they'll continue on with that journey. It might be finding the things to do along the way, because there's a sense of, because the Page of Swords came out with the Five of Wands, and the Page of Swords has like maybe their own idea, own agenda. I don't necessarily feel like it's out to harm anybody, but it's like they do what they want. They do this, they do that. There's a lot of independent mindset and motive to it. I feel like with the Five of Wands, it's a combination of like that angel on your shoulder that is trying to challenge those things, to make you really think about it before acting upon it. And that's what I feel like that combination and the death is, of how to move on from that. But the last card was the Page of Cups. I'll keep that. So I feel like the main things are with the Page of Swords and the Five of Wands, that I feel the Five of Wands is meant to be a little more constructive than something that just is trying to like step on your toes. Because, and the Page of Wands, I'm sorry, Page of Swords, it could link to the Five of Wands since I said Wands. Just as I said, was um, like the combination that it's almost like if somebody tells you not to do something and then maybe a younger person or somebody might be like, I don't know why you're telling me this. Like, stop trying to say this or say that. And then the older person or more experienced, they don't have to be older, they'd be like, um, I almost like died when I did this. Like, you definitely should not do that. Like, if they're telling you, um, like they're in the drug world, there's like the holy trio or holy trinity of like a cocktail or combination of drugs that could give off a certain high, and that's kind of like the idea of it. So it's like I feel like with the Five of Wands, it's to stop those things before they get worse, because it's kind of like before you open that door, just have a think about it, or like before like moving forward, make sure that you're aware. I feel like the Five of Wands tries to guide the human. It could be like a specific type of guidance. It could be human to human guidance. It could be like divine to human guidance. It just seems like there's some type of guidance there that is kind of like just watch yourself. And I'll read the Apple card. So, Apple, the Oracle, this is also the Oracle. Health and joy, the light of the rainbow, the source of your very own worth, reborn in golden, eternity in each moment, the breath of everlasting youth, the promise of faithful sun. So, sun again, and it's faithful sun. So, the apple tree has given joy and brought health to human beings for thousands of years. As a member of the rose family, the apple holds the secret of earth as Rosa Mundi. The apple synchronizes perfectly with the orchestral light of the sun. It also appears in the legends of King Arthur as the guardian tree of Avalon, the Isles of Eternal Youth. We can catch the hint of this whenever we like. Imagine the moment when you're just about to take a bite of an apple. You hold it gently in your hand, turning it over to see which part of the beautiful fruit you're going to bite into. In this moment, you're free from the entire past. There's no room for any thoughts about the future. And without any conscious effort, you find yourself deep in meditation. All that exists is here and now. You and the apple, you have the freedom to choose the most delicious part of life itself. This is the apple's role. With it, you find your center, your inner sun, your confidence, and self worth. Apple helps you free yourself from guilt, burdens, and memories. Could you live in this way for an entire day? Do at least try to do so. The most often you step through the door of the eternal present, the closer you will come to Avalon, since, as the name suggests, the Isles of Eternal Youth doesn't exist in the past. The Golden Age is far closer than you think. But when we bereft of the apple, blessings of the apple angel, our days become fruitless. We fail to find relief from guilt, burdens, and worries. We suffer from lack of self worth and pressures weigh us down. The feeling that something is gnawing at our bones weighs heavily on us. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video.